the matchup with Liberty Center all the way through that 5-year run at league titles was a big game every year, and it doesn't really change tonight, even though neither one of these teams is probably going to be hoisting a trophy this year.
No, and I think two teams that really mirror each other and what they've been through as a program the last 4 or 5 years and the ultra success they've had and the number of kids they lost, but the kids that came back now having to assume some different roles, a little bit of different leadership. And you're right, my guess is both teams probably had this game circled after how Bryan started out last year, just blitzed Liberty right off the bat. And then once Liberty got themselves settled, kind of played even with Bryan, but just had gotten themselves so far down, couldn't battle back. And for the Lady Bears, again, trying to get that first league win and coming what I think was a very good week for them last week.
And both teams are very similar. You have two teams where most of the girls played a lot of JV minutes last year. You don't have a lot of varsity experience on the floor, but not anymore. It's almost February now, so everybody's played a lot of varsity minutes. Everybody's a lot more comfortable at this level. So it'll be interesting to see how the two teams handle it. So we're at Bryan. It's Liberty Center and Bryan. Girls basketball NWOAL matchup tonight. Tonight's game brought to you by Oberlin-Turnbull. This is the Oberlin-Turnbull countdown to tip-off. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family-owned, family-focused. We had a chance to chat with Bryan head coach Todd Grosjean, and you'll hear that after this timeout on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Discover top-quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real-world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top-quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
Welcome back out to the Golden Bear Sports Network. Dom Malenga here, joined with the girls basketball coach, Coach Grosjean. How's it going today?
Good.
Well, Coach Grosjean, last time we talked was before the PH game, and like we said, it was going to be a difficult game, and it was a difficult game, but we really persevered and we fought really hard for that game and made it really close and definitely gave PH a scare and really only came down to some officiating. It could go either way there at the end of the game, but how does that show you about this team with their fight, and how proud are you of those girls?
That was a sign of the character that those girls have and possess, the competitiveness that they possess and bring to the table. Obviously we lost Gabby Mossberg to practice before to an ankle injury and probably done for the year, and left us a body short. But we went into that, I wasn't sure, the coaching staff wasn't sure what we were going to get out of them, and the kids really just took it as a challenge. We hung around the first half. We got a little bit of momentum there to start the third quarter and just kept chipping away at it. And then I think Patrick Henry kind of got on their heels a little bit because we were playing really aggressively, and we got it tied, and then we got up as many as 6, and then a little bit of our youth showed up, and we took a couple quick shots that we probably didn't need to with 4 minutes to go. And then credit Patrick Henry, they've got some veterans, and they went to who they needed to, the big girl inside, and they got a 3-point play. And as you said, there were a couple calls that went against us, but you're going to have that. But to battle that team the way we did, I think that gave us a lot of confidence. You take a lot of positives out of that game, even though we lost, that hopefully are going to carry over.
Yeah, and you talk about confidence. I feel like that was one of the first games I've seen every girl on the floor shooting with confidence. You saw a lot of girls taking shots that were high percentage shots and good shots. Is that something that they've been working on, or is that just
shooting is such a mental thing? You make a few, you see a few go in, and you get your confidence back. You get to the free throw line, you make a few free throws, your confidence goes up. And obviously when you miss shots, if you carry the next shot into the one you're going to get in a few moments, it can affect you. And the whole game we talked about in pregame, we talked about next play. You just got to have a next play mentality. We're going to leave everything on the line. We're not going to back down. We're going to give them everything we got, and if it's enough, it'll be enough. And we wanted to be there in the fourth quarter, and fortunately enough, we were. And unfortunately, we couldn't steal one. But I think that opened the girls' eyes to the fact that we can really play with anybody that's on our schedule if we play that way.
Yeah, and that definitely kind of scares some of the other teams looking at you. They probably counted Bryan out a little bit this year. They look at that scoreline, and now, hey, we might have to worry a little bit more about Bryan.
Yeah, and moving forward into the tournament, our schedule doesn't get any easier. We got Liberty Center. Saturday we took on St. Mary's, and that was a battle. That was a team that's in our district right behind us in the RPI, and we were fortunate enough to get out of there with a 2-point win. But Saturday games are always strange because you never know what you're going to get. And obviously St. Mary's had an hour and a half bus ride to get here, and they gave us everything and more. So, but we were glad to get out of there. That keeps us in front of them in the RPI, and hopefully we'll get a home game because of that.
Yeah, and you talk about that St. Mary's game, early Saturday morning game, like you said, can be iffy, but your girls came out there, they fought, and they got a good win. What were the highlights of that game for you?
Well, just, I thought Miley Vollmer really stepped up, and that's somebody moving forward that we've got to have. She's had her we've seen glimpses of that. QP Classic, she was one of the best players down there. And then, with her health and everything that, it's not been consistent. And, we met with her a couple weeks ago and talked about what she needed to do, and it's progressively gotten better. And against Patrick Henry and St. Mary's, she really stepped up, and I think that gives us another body, a bigger, taller body off the bench, and she's as athletic as anybody in the area when she plays hard, and she's doing the things that we're asking of her. So hopefully that's going to continue. I thought she played really well. Amaya Langham played really well. Piper, Hannah played really well against Patrick Henry, and struggled a little bit against St. Mary's, but she's been fairly consistent. She struggled a little bit from shooting the basketball, but I think she's going to get out of that. Mm-hmm. Josie's Josie. We count on her to do a lot of different things, and unfortunately she got in foul trouble and ended up fouling out against Patrick Henry. But we're really pleased with her play. Ava's done a nice job, as is Avery and Fisher for a freshman. So.
Yeah, and you kind of look ahead. You talked a little bit about how LC is the game tomorrow, but today, yesterday, and Monday, no school. And as much as a student, I love that. It's hard as a coach, I'm sure, to kind of get that focus. Like, obviously, you haven't been at school all day. You don't have that focus to kind of keep that focus. How do you sort of keep all that focus in the gym?
Well, we had a scheduled day off Monday, and then we got word that obviously the weather wasn't going to cooperate, so we ended up practicing Monday and gave them Tuesday off. That was going to be a day off regardless. We've got some kids that are battling illness and sickness and whatnot, so that was a scheduled day off yesterday, and we practiced today, so hopefully it's going to be enough to play with Liberty Center. They bring in a team similar to ours that graduated a bunch of people last year, and they've got new faces and kids trying to get up to speed in terms of the speed of play. But they got a long post player that's impressive on film. They've got some quick guards that are going to give us some fits on the perimeter, and they've won 7 or 8 games as well, so it won't be easy.
Yeah, and you look at Liberty Center, obviously every team in the league is going to play with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, but it feels like Liberty Center plays with a little bit more of a chip as some of the signage they've had in locker rooms in years past. How do you kind of keep level-headed in a big game like this?
Well, last year is last year, in my opinion, and we're just working to get better every day in practice and every day that we have on every game we have on our schedule. And yet with young kids, you never know what you're going to get, and I think our kids are starting to figure out that we have to play hard every game. We can't, not show up for a half or a quarter and be ready to go and not be ready to go and still win. Mm-hmm. We can't put ourselves behind the 8 ball, so to speak, but we're starting to figure it out, and coaching staff's had to be patient, and we're getting kids up to speed. We're going to have some younger kids in the lineup now that Gabby can't go, and so it's next man up mentality, and I think we're starting to see that. Yeah, and like you said, next man up mentality. Gabby Mossberg's out. Is there going to be any changes offensively, defensively? Obviously, Gabby was one of the better defensive players on the team, so that's a big hurt for you guys, but is there going to be anything you're going to be changing up, or is it just going to be fill in her role? No, I think, we've got Kelsey Thiel that's kind of splitting time. Kelsey's done a nice job on the JV, and we're trying to just get her minutes. She's helped some, in that capacity. Miley Vollmer's a big one, as I said earlier. She's got to give us minutes. Mm-hmm. Brea Hepker's going to get a sniff at some point because she's done a nice job for our JV team, and obviously she's not afraid to mix it up inside. So moving forward, we'd like to see that. Bree Richmond's done a nice job at the JV level, as is Claire Struble. She was out with a concussion, or was in concussion protocol, but we hope to have her back for the Liberty Center game. So our JVs are playing hard. They didn't play very well Saturday, but got some kids down there that can also figure into the mix as well.
Yeah, and it's really inspiring to see some of those younger kids kind of growing into their shell a little bit and becoming a lot better. So,
yeah.
Well, thank you, Coach. I appreciate your time, and we'll be back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
1 in 10 kids vape. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
Back at Bryan High School, NWOAL basketball action tonight. Bryan Lady Bears, Liberty Center Tigers. Bryan Arnold and Tim Meister here to bring the action to you tonight. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, Crow Funeral Home, Starks Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel Supply. Last year in a huge game over at Liberty Center, the Lady Bears took care of business, defeating Liberty Center 41-26 back in February. Enormous league game last year, and that was one that we know, we talked a lot about that as Bryan fans going into the game last year. Liberty Center had that thing marked on their calendar. They had it written on their walls. It was there all summer and fall. We knew we were going to get their best shot, and Liberty Center just could not do anything right for about 2 quarters, and it was ugly early. Bears held on for the 15-point lead. So let's look a little bit at our visitors tonight. The Liberty Center Tigers come in, like I said, underneath Coach Tim Davis, 8-7 and 1-2 in the NWAL. Coach Meister, how about the Tigers?
Coach Tim Davis in an 11th year, overall record of 128 and 134. They're averaging about 37.5 a game, allowing 37.5 a game as well. They've allowed 562 total points this season. Tigers are shooting 29% from the field, 25% from the three, 56% from the line. They take in just a tad under 26 rebounds. As you said, they're 8-7 overall, 3-1 in the NWOAL. So again, as you alluded to, it's kind of become a really cool rivalry between Bryan and Liberty in the girls basketball programs. I think two of the really, really good high school girl basketball coaches in our area. I mean, if you start to make a list of the best girls basketball coaches, I think both these guys are on the list. So, Liberty's going to be super prepared. They're going to play very hard. Tim Davis is going to do a nice job of showing you multiple different defenses. So, again, you'll see a very well-coached Liberty team that does have a reputation for being very physical and will play very hard.
You saw it's there the last 5 games for Liberty Center, 3-2 in their last 5, including a win over Fairview, a common opponent, lost to Archbold, a common opponent with the Lady Bears. All right, so let's look at Bryan tonight coming in underneath Coach Todd Grosjean and talk a little bit about them.
Head coach Todd Grosjean is 18th year at Bryan, 361 and 197. Lady Bears are averaging 46.3 points per game while allowing just a tad over 50. They're shooting 32% from the field, 29% from the three, 68% from the line, and they're hauling in about 24.5 rebounds a game. I'd like to review a little bit of last week because I thought it was a really good growing week for the Lady Bears. They come in on Monday, they play Napoleon. They didn't play well as they wanted to. They didn't defend, and probably for the first time all year, in the middle of the third quarter, it was a game that was out of control and they weren't going to get it back. They got to turn around and play a really good Patrick Henry team, and they fought, they scrapped, probably the best game they played all year, a very emotional game. Lost a close one at the end, and then you got to turn around a day and a half later and play a Saturday afternoon game against St. Mary's that was going to have some implications in the tournament. And the Lady Bears gutted it out. They executed. They made big plays down the end of the game. They had a couple different kids step up for them. I think that's a huge week just to see that growth and to see them, again, after the end of a hard week, come through with a win. I was really impressed with how far they've come. They've had some different kids start to step up the score. So looking forward to them continuing that tonight.
All right, you can see the last 5 games there for the Lady Bears, including that good 2-point win over a strong St. Mary's team out of the WBL. Let's look at the NWOAL standings as they are currently. We're still going to see Patrick Henry and Delta at the top of the league. Both of those teams undefeated, followed by Wauseon, Archbold, and Evergreen. Then you see Liberty, Bryan, and Swanton. And Bryan and Swanton still looking for the first league win. That would be huge tonight for the girls. Bryan Arnold, Tim Meister here from Bryan High School. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk keys to the game and meet tonight's officials and starting lineups. We're on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Back at Bryan High School, let's talk keys to the game tonight. We'll go with our visitors first from Liberty Center. What are the keys tonight for the Lady Tigers?
For the Lady Tigers tonight, the first thing they have to do is take care of the ball and maximize their offensive opportunities. The second thing they have to do, and this is every game for every team, but rebound at both ends. Liberty Center especially, know they've run into some trouble when they've given up offensive rebounds, so they're really going to emphasize rebounding tonight. And finally, find some consistent offense. We talked about the similarities between Bryan and Liberty. I think both these teams have had that. Sometimes the offense has been a little inconsistent, so Liberty looking for some consistent looks on the offensive end.
All right, let's look at keys then for the Golden Bears.
For the Lady Bears, defending the post and rebounding. We just talked about that with Liberty Center. I really think the team who has the rebounding edge tonight, that's going to play a factor. I think the team who has the offensive rebounding edge tonight will be a huge factor. Start fast and shoot with confidence, going back to that offensive inconsistency. Both coaches would like to see their kids get off to a quick start and make some baskets early, and then play bigger than we are and compete. I think that's the one thing Coach Grostein emphasized after that Napoleon game, and one thing my guess is that he reiterated in practice is, I don't care if we play bad, but we can compete. We can play hard. And I think that's what you saw the last two games against Patrick Henry and St. Mary's, so he would like to see that continue.
All right, the keys to tonight's game brought to you by the Carlin Company Realty and Auctioneers. They've been your hometown real estate company for over 45 years. They've consistently remained #1 in Williams County and the surrounding area since 2007. Call us for all of your real estate needs. Tonight's game officials brought to you by Tri-State Vision Center. Our officials tonight, Marilyn DeWalt, Addie Martin, and Tracy Lindsay. And I will say, Coach Meister and I both said we're not familiar with this crew here, so it'll be interesting to see how the game's called, maybe for both coaching staffs. Don't know if either one of them are familiar or aware, so they'll be interesting to see if and how that affects the game early on. Game officials brought to you by Tri-State Vision Center, serving the area since 1977. Contact us at either our Bryan or Montpelier offices for all your eye care needs. Well, this has been the Oberlin-Turnbull countdown to tip-off. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family-owned, family-focused. Take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll meet our starting lineups and get ready to roll here from Bryan High School.
Discover great job skills training at Northwest State. With over 50 different programs available, there is something for everyone. Providing hands-on training and education is the community college advantage.
I am blind, but I need not see. I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free.
All right, back here at Bryan High School as the clock runs down, about 35 seconds till tip-off. So, Coach Meister, last couple-minute things here to talk about. I think two similar teams. I think two teams that I'd like to say are familiar with each other, but I don't know how much they really are at this point. So, I think the first couple minutes of this game is going to tell us a lot.
It is, and it's really program familiarity, even though anymore I think the kids really know each other. They've grown up playing against each other. As you said, a lot of these girls either played some type of a reserve role last year, or at least were on the bench, so they're aware of the rivalry and of the games that have happened the last couple of years. So agree with you. We talked about this with Bryan. Quick starts are just imperative. And again, with Liberty, I think it's the same thing. Either team wants to see themselves down 8 or 10 to start the game.
All right, we'll take it to public address announcer Aaron Hughes to get things started tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, America is the land of free and home of the brave, and that freedom has been afforded to us by the dedication and sacrifice of brave servicemen and women currently deployed throughout our communities and around the world, and many others who have come before us. To thank these extraordinary men and women and to honor our nation, would you please rise and join the Bryan Pep Band under the direction of Jason Luthi in the playing of our national anthem.
National anthem brought to you there by the Bryan Pep Band and
Mr.
director
Luthi.
Jason Luthi. Tonight's
The officials
national
assigned
anthem
this game
sponsored
have
by
met
the Veteran
requirements set by
Services of
OHSAA
Williams County.
and have been improved for their important role in tonight's games. Our officials are Miss Marilyn DeWalt, Miss Tracy Lindsay, and Miss Addie Martin. Ladies, welcome to Bryan. In order to make today's contest as enjoyable as possible, please represent your school and community in a positive and respectful manner. That means follow the rules, speak and act responsibly, show courtesy and respect for your fellow fans, the officials and coaches, the administration and authority figures, and of course your team and their opponents. Let's make tonight's contest great and remember to respect the game. Thank you. Now to meet the teams. First for the guests on the scoreboard, the Liberty Center Tigers. Starters for Liberty Center, number 1, Addie Zintek. Number 2, Maddie Bailey. Number 3, Hope Atkinson. Number 5, Chloe Moeller. And number 10, Aletha Fosnight. Varsity coaches Tim Davis, assisted by Josh Williams, Braylon Weimer, Kristen Stacy, and Casey Underwood. Get up, Bryan, for your Golden Bears. At a guard, a 5'1" junior, number 2, Ava Zimmerman. At a guard, a 5'4" sophomore, number 11, Piper Hannah. At a forward, a 5'4" sophomore, number 4, Maya Langham. At a forward, a 5'7" freshman, number 14, Avery Ann Fisher. And at a forward, a 5'7" junior, number 22, Josie Arnold. Varsity coaches Todd Groshine, assisted by Colin Walker, John Miner, Nikki Miner, and JV coach Delaney Valderez. Ladies, let's play ball.
And there you have the starting lineups for tonight. Starting lineup sponsored by the Allie Held Herman Memorial Run and Walk. Mark your calendars and lace up your shoes for the 5th annual Allie Held Herman Memorial Run and Walk on Saturday, July 19th, 2025 at the McDonald Rough Ice Rink. All right, time to tip it up here. You got the starters there. It'll be Arnold and Fosnight to tip it up. Lady Bears aren't in their full defensive tip here. Tip back and handled by Amaya Langham. Langham with a quick push. Zimmerman left side 3, lets it fly. Front iron doesn't go. Piper Hannah with the rebound finds Fisher. Fisher right block's going to try a little bit of a hook off the side glass. No good. Fosnight with the rebound. Lady Bears come up empty in their first possession. Chloe Moeller now up top. Finds Hope Atkinson. She's working against Ava Zimmerman. The Bears in there man-to-man defense. Back up top to Maddie Bailey. Bailey tries the left elbow. Then we're going to get a set shot three. No good. Moeller took a quick three. Didn't get it to go. Excuse me, that was Hope Atkinson. Atkinson, we saw looking at some pregame stats there, is taking a ton of threes this year, Coach Meister.
Yeah, in 15 games, she's attempted 133 threes. She is our leading three-point shooter, leading three-point taker, leading three-point maker. So you know the Bears are going to have to defend her on the perimeter.
Liberty Center comes up in man with Addie Zentek with a face guard on Josie Arnold. Ava Zimmerman works right side, gets all the way to the basket, can't get the layup to go. Liberty Center with the rebound. They're going to push right side. Atkinson has the ball again. Taken away by Piper Hanna. She's going to push up the right side. Avery Ann Fisher now working the left. Picks up her dribble, gets stuck, gets it to Arnold on the left side, working against Zentek. She goes left baseline. Ball gets poked away, picked up by Fisher. She goes right back underneath the basket. Tried to reverse layup. Shot is blocked, but she's fouled. Going to be fouled by Aletha Fosnight, 5'11 junior, picks up her first of the game for either team.
So very interesting. Liberty's come out and went straight man with 4 players, then total face guard Addie Arnold. Not a box and one, but a face guard. They paid the price there because Addie stepped up, took the help defense away. And I think tonight, if they're going to do that, you're going to have to see Fisher and Zimmerman, Vollmer coming off the bench. You're going to have to take advantage of that help side not being there.
First free throw is good for Avery Ann Fisher, 80% free throw shooter on the year. Second one is good. Free throws tonight brought to you by Welling Construction, third-generation family-owned general contractor. Family for quality custom homes, renovation and projects. Contacts us at 419-636-3712. So 2-0 early lead for the Bears on the main stop scoreboard. Zentek turns it over. Amaya Langham takes it away. She finds Josie Arnold. Hands it back to Langham. Thought about the three. Going to drive left side through traffic. Can't get it to go. Rebound to Arnold. Off glass and good. 4-0 early lead for the Bears. Good activity there by the Bears. Being aggressive, attacking the basket early here.
Yeah, again, Liberty having trouble stepping over to help side because they were face guarding. Nice job by Josie getting to the basket for an offensive rebound.
And there's Atkinson. Open three off the penetration by Zentek, knocks down the three. 4-3 Lady Bears lead. 5:39 here in the opening frame on the main stop scoreboard. A little bit of a lazy pass to the right wing there by Langham to Fisher, but we're going to get a push called against Maddie Bailey. Kind of bail the Bears out a little bit.
Yeah, very fortunate there. Very fortunate they got that call.
First foul on Bailey, second on the Tigers. Ava Zimmerman will bring it across the timeline, swings to Langham. Langham works off of a screen from Arnold, and again, there's that no help. Amaya Langham down the lane, draws contact, finishes off glass. She gets a chance for the traditional three-point play. That's what's going to happen. We have talked about that, we being dad and that player. Like, you've got to go screen people. If nobody's going to help off of those, you've got to go screen because that puts the defense in a really tough spot, and there's a good example there. Langham's free throw is no good. She comes in shooting 50% from the free throw line. So 6-3 lead on the main stop scoreboard. It's Thirsty Thursday tonight. Don't forget about main stops wherever you're at around town. Stop in. Liberty Center run a little bit of a weave at the top. Bailey works against Arnold. Handoff. Then it's turned over. Ball thrown away by Moeller. Picked up by Fisher. She's going to go coast to coast. Left hand off glass. Drops in off front iron. We get a timeout right away from Coach Tim Davis. 30-second timeout. Timeouts tonight sponsored by S&S Directional Boring. Don't let old lead water lines or broken sewer laterals give your home an unexpected timeout. Unsure if you have lead water lines, call S&S Directional Boring at 419-630-0726, and we'll inspect it for you. So 8-3 lead here for the Bears. Coach Meister, a nice little start here after a sluggish beginning.
Yeah, great start, great recognition by Bryan. The defense Liberty's playing. It's no secret the book on defending Bryan early on would you take out Josie Arnold. I mean, she was a leading scorer coming back. That was a one-chapter book. In fact, it was probably a novella. As this season's worn on, that book has a lot more chapters. Avery Ann Fisher, Vollmer, Langham, those kids have all started to score. So let's see what adjustment Coach Davis makes if he'll continue to face guard or maybe drop them off and try to get a little more help on the drives.
Liberty Center brings it up. Bears get into their run and jump. Maya Langham kicks a pass away from Moeller at half court, so Liberty Center will get a chance to reset in front of the scoreboard. Moving right to left on the radio dial. Moeller inbounds into Atkinson. Atkinson works against Zimmerman, back to Moeller. Liberty Center swings it around. False Knight up top now against Fisher. Atkinson thought about a three, chased off the line by Amaya Langham. Josie Arnold on Bailey. Bailey gets it into False Knight, kicks to the corner to Zintek. She tries, baseline, nothing there, taken away by Piper Hanna. Then she just ends up throwing it away to Josie Arnold. Josie Arnold fires ahead to Piper Hanna. Back to Avery and Fisher, left side three, wedges in the rim. We'll get a jump ball call. That'll go to Liberty Center.
The biggest issue is we have no one that can get the ball out of the rim right now.
No, I think we could turn this into a contest. Come down, pay $1, see if you can knock the ball out of the rim. Little fundraiser. Oh.
I don't want to say who we brought out to do this, but she's 0 for 2. 1 for 3. That a girl.
1 for 3. Now that would raise her field goal percentage.
Wow.
As Maya Langham's going to get a chance to get a break, and Miley Vollmer checks in. 4:20 left, opening quarter. 8-3 the Lady Bears with an early lead on Liberty Center.
Let's keep an eye on Miley Vollmer. Was a huge spark on Saturday. Came off the bench, got 11 points. Has really started to play well the last 3 or 4 games.
Miley Vollmer playing with confidence is a huge boost for the Lady Bears as she works against False Knight up top. Zintek on the curl, right block. Kicks out to Bailey. Bailey with a little misdirection, dribble, gets it to the basket, can't finish. Had the rebound, Miley Vollmer took it away, ended up in Zintek's hands. False Knight with a left side jumper, and she knocks it down. 8-5 now, Lady Bears, after a little bit of a loose ball scramble there. Liberty Center finds the open jumper, knocks it down. Hannah tries the middle, opens up, she gets to the rim. Liberty Center defender got a hand on the ball, and they're going to call a travel on Hannah. So Liberty Center will inbound underneath their basket, work against some full court man-to-man by the Lady Bears. Atkinson works against Zimmerman. And then we're going to get a trip call up top. It's like a foul on Josie Arnold.
That's just unfortunate because it wasn't any type of contact that was intentional. Just wrong spot, wrong time, and that happens.
First foul on Arnold, first on the Bears. Liberty Center now in the half court, trailing by 3. There's that curl action again. Got a really good look for Chloe Moeller. She wasn't able to finish. Arnold pushes ahead to Vollmer. Vollmer steps around Bailey, tried to set at the block. Miley Vollmer just stepped right around, finished off glass. Good layup for the junior. 10-5 lead for the Bears. Bailey gets a look for a 3. Top of the key, doesn't go. Long off back iron. Piper Hanna. Just a step late. Piper had to spin out of her dribble. They had Josie Arnold out front. Liberty Center with good recovery. I think it was Zintek that got a hand on that, knocked it away.
Great play by Zintek, a great hustle play.
False Knight up top. Volleyball line against Vollmer. She swings to Bailey. Running the circle motion here for Liberty, working for those curl cuts from elbow to block. Vollmer up tight on False Knight. She kicks over to, looks like number 5, Chloe Moeller. Atkinson now working against Zimmerman. Zimmerman pokes it away. Liberty Center regains control, and then we have it tied up. Zintek and Arnold tied up at the elbow, and it's going to go Brian Ball. So the Bears, nice defense there. Good man-to-man. Took away a curl cut a couple times, took away penetration, forced a turnover. Jump ball goes to the Bears. We got a sub into the game. Maya Langham comes back in to give Piper Hanna a break. And we have a sub also, number 23, Macy Crew is in the game for Addie Zintek. And that's going to put Maddie Bailey in the face guard position on Josie Arnold. Ava Zimmerman spin move, works the right block, then the ball gets poked away, turns it over. Atkinson finds Moeller backside. Moeller with the extra pass to Bailey. We're getting another jump ball called. Maya Langham tied up Bailey on the backside. Bears a little bit slow in transition that time.
Slow in transition, but a great job of recovering on the backside. They had about 3 bump offs, and that backside person dove down and were able to get the tie up, or otherwise that was going to be a layup for Liberty Center.
Kelsey Thiel checks in. Josie Arnold gets a break. Liberty inbounds. Ball goes off of False Knight's hands into Miley Vollmer's hands. She works hard left side. Great look to Kelsey Thiel. Bounce pass off glass. 12-5 Bears lead. 1:49 left here in the opening frame. Avery and Fisher working hard up top. Good man-to-man on the ball defense. Bailey with the long skip to Falsnight, and she hits a 6-foot jumper over the top of Vollmer. Nice skip pass there. Good find by Atkinson. Langham brings it up right side. Didn't really recognize. Nobody was defending her. Had a chance to do something there. Miley Vollmer. Little spin move left side. Can't get the runner to go. Ends up in Fisher's hands. Right place, right time. She's going to get fouled and go to the free throw line. That foul's going to go on number 2, Maddie Bailey. That'll be her second foul. 4th team foul on the Tigers, and Fisher's going to go to the line for 2 more free throws for the Lady Bears.
Avery Ann Fisher is so active on the inside. She has a motion constant. It's never standing. When the ball goes up, she does a great job of reading it coming off the rim, and she's a difficult person to box out. That will be the Bears' 3rd offensive rebound of the quarter. That bodes well for Coach Grosjean.
First free throw is up and good from the Welling Construction free throw line. Second free throw also good. 14-7 Bears lead. Fisher now with 6. She'll check out, get a break. Josie Arnold checks back in for her. Ava Zimmerman gets a break. Piper Hanna's back in for her. So it's Hanna, Langham, Arnold, Vollmer, and Thiel on the floor for the Bears. And the Bears still in their man-to-man. Moeller dribbled off her foot, able to gather it back up. Atkinson now working up top. Swings to number 4, Brooklyn Moeller, who's now in the game for Liberty Center. Miley Vollmer picks it off up top. Run out. Can't get the layup to go. Liberty Center, good hustle play there by Brooklyn Moeller to chase that miss down. Liberty Center dodged a bullet there. Trap in the front court. And we're going to have a jump ball. Josie Arnold tied up Chloe Moeller. Coach Grosjean pointing at his head there to Josie Arnold. Be smart, you got 1 foul, close to a reach, but the jump ball was what was called. Bears will get possession here, turn the Tigers over again. Chance to gather their breath a little bit. Arnold needs to tie a shoe. Maya Langham will bring it up. 40 seconds left in the opening quarter. Bears by 7. Entry at the top to Vollmer. Langham stuck at the elbow. Theo came and bailed her out, sets her a screen. Miley Vollmer now top of the key. I like the ISO for her right there. Strong, through a little bit of contact. Good finish off glass. 16-7 Bears lead. 20 seconds left here. Good D. Don't give up anything easy. Make Liberty Center work. Boy, that was real close to an over and back. I'm not sure Moeller was established. Ball tipped away by the Bears. 4 seconds on the clock. Cruz got it. She goes down the lane, and they're going to get bailed out with 1 second left on the clock. Boy, Bears deserve a little bit better there. That's pretty good defense for the last 20 seconds. Yeah. So Macy Crew will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. 5'3" senior comes in, averaging 4 points a game, 56% free throw shooter on the year. First free throw at the Welling Construction free throw line is up and good. 1.1 on the clock. 16-8. Chance to cut it to a 7-point lead here for Coach Davis's squad and kind of get bailed out there, catch their breath, and not be in nearly as bad a shape as they were in. Second free throw is also good. Arnold will throw it into Hanna. Hanna dribble, fire. Looked like it was on line, just a couple feet short. So at the end of 1, Lady Bears, good first quarter, up 16-9 on Liberty Center. We'll take a break and be back here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we understand that family is at the heart of everything we do.
Being family-owned and family-focused is not just a slogan for us, it's a way of life. We walk alongside you during life's most challenging moments, providing a guiding hand and a shoulder to lean on.
With heartfelt care and attention to detail, we tailor each service to honor the life and the memories of your loved one. We treat you like family because your journey is our journey.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family-owned, family-focused.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Back at Bryan High School, ready to start the second quarter here. Liberty Center will have the ball to start things, trailing 16-9 on the main stop scoreboard. Coach Meister, what do you got after that first quarter?
Well, a couple key things. One is Bryan did a great job when they went and face guarded Josie Arnold, getting the other kids involved, and like we talked about, pulling the help side away and getting free baskets or wide open drives. They turned Liberty Center over 7 times. I mean, to me, that's huge. 7 turnovers, 3 offensive rebounds. That's 10 possessions that you weren't going to get on the offensive end. I think that's the difference in the score right now.
Yeah, and the Bears, I think Coach Grosjean, if he can get that defensive production all 4 quarters, he's going to feel real good about his chances. Bears stay in there man-to-man. Gabby Conrad has checked in the game for Liberty Center. Zintek, Brooklyn Moeller, and Foss Knight also in the game for the Tigers. We're going to get another jump ball called down on the block. Piper Hanna tied up Zintek. So the ball now will be to the Lady Bears.
Lady Bears have done an effective job of helping on Liberty Center's drives tonight. I mean, Liberty's had no clean looks on any drive to the basket.
Liberty Center comes out and gives a little bit of full court man-to-man, broken easily by Ava Zimmerman. Avery Ann Fisher gets stuck up top. Works off of a screen from Josie Arnold. Avery Ann Fisher, good hesitation move. Tries to lay it up off glass, can't get it to go. Ends up in the scramble with her own rebound. Ava Zimmerman thought about the 3, passed it up. Tries to get the ball to Josie Arnold, gets stolen away by Zintek. She's out and free and gets the left-handed layup to go. 16-11. Liberty stays in their full court man. Zimmerman gets it across the timeline. Handoff to Fisher down the right corner. Fisher off the screen from Arnold. Kicks back out to Ava Zimmerman. Her 3, back iron, no good. Amaya Langham keeps it open. She finds Zimmerman. Zimmerman with a shot fake. Loses control of the dribble and then throws it away. Going to get back-to-back turnovers here by the Bears to start the quarter. 5-point lead, 6.5 left in the half. For Liberty Center back to a pretty determined face guard on Josie Arnold. The Bears are going to have to find some offense somewhere else.
Bears have got a little impatient their first 2 possessions. They haven't spread the floor out like they did earlier. They kind of got bunched up. So, again, they just need to recognize the situation, balance the floor, and be patient. They're going to get their looks.
Conrad has a little bit of trouble with it up top. Swings it over to Chloe Moeller. Moeller to Atkinson. Deep 3. In and out. Foss Knight able to chase down the offensive rebound. About got a second one. Liberty Center crowd wanted a foul on her first attempt at a putback. Zimmerman late pass to Piper Hanna. Nice little pirouette move. Let the defense run by. Finishes off glass. Pretty finish there from Piper Hanna. And good news for the Bears is just about everybody that's been on the floor tonight has scored. As there's a turnover. Tipped away Josie Arnold to Avery Ann Fisher. She's going to get a run at the basket. That little Euro step. She gets poked again. Going to get fouled again and go to the free throw line.
Avery Ann Fisher is sneaky long. I mean, her arms are long. Her legs are long. She's got long strides. She's not an overly big kid. But
no,
man, she plays with so much length.
And just so strong. When she's around the basket, you have a lot of trouble knocking the ball away or not fouling and blocking her shot. First free throw at the Welling Construction free throw line is good for Fisher. Bears lead back out to 8 at 19-11. 5:54 left in the half. Second free throw rattles in. 9-point lead for the Bears. Liberty Center looks to push quick off of that make and now sets their offense. Conrad up top against Arnold. Finds Foss Knight cutting through the paint, working against Vollmer. Good move. A little bit of body there, I think, from Miley Vollmer. She's going to get called for her second.
Nice move by Foss Knight. She got a half a step and got her left shoulder around, used her body to shield Miley. Miley just went into her. Couldn't quite finish it off, but we'll go to the line and shoot too.
And that's been a bugaboo for the Bears all year. Anybody that's got a long, lengthy post player is a tough defend for the girls. Miley's doing everything she could. Just kind of threw a hip into her a little bit at the end. Just needs to make her shoot off over long arms and box out. Foss Knight knocks down 1 of 2, makes it 20-12. 8-point lead for the Bears. Piper Hanna will bring it up against pressure. She finds Miley all by herself. Vollmer finishes off glass. Great find from Piper Hanna right there behind the back of the press. Nice job dribbling with her eyes up. Saw the floor. Atkinson hands off to Conrad. Drive taken away by Arnold. Chloe Moeller back to Conrad. Conrad swings to Foss Knight. Foss Knight swings to Conrad. Over to Atkinson, guarded by Avery Ann Fisher. Fisher to Zintek. Zintek to Atkinson working against Fisher up top. Bears are really aggressive in their on-the-ball defense right now. False Knight working against Vollmer with those 2 fouls. Conrad finds False Knight short. Short again, and then she's going to get a third effort. Miley Vollmer got lost after the first shot, didn't get a body on her, and then the next 2 rebounds just went to the longer player.
Nice job by False Knight of staying with it.
Miley Vollmer will try the left side 3, short. Piper Hanna with a good hustle, tries to get there, can't gather it up. Kelsey Thiel will check in, give Miley Vollmer rest. Good minutes there again from the junior. Nice job in there, just getting a little bit tired. Good time for a sub for her. Get her back in there when she's feeling right. So Kelsey Thiel checks in for the Bears. There's a travel by Hope Atkinson. Nice job out of the run and jump right there by the Bears to get her to pick up her dribble, hesitate on the pass. 22-14, 4:27 left in the half. Bears with the 8-point lead. Langham, Hanna, Arnold, Fisher, and Thiel on the floor for the Bears. Moeller, Zintek, False Knight. We're going to get a push up top on Zintek, trying to deny the pass to Arnold. Just a little too aggressive. That's just her first. Liberty's second of the quarter. And that's what Coach Davis wants. He wants that physicality. He wants to deny, make everything hard.
Yep. And Bryan ran a nice little pinch screen for Josie at the top of the key there. Zintek just couldn't quite get through it.
Ball gets knocked away by Liberty. Piper Hanna finds it. Josie Arnold's going to try the left side. Whew. Thought toes might have been on the line there, but a little step back 3 goes down for Arnold. Does a nice job of finding an open spot. She takes Conrad away. Atkinson, top of the 3 key. She buries a good answer right there by Hope Atkinson.
We talked about her as their outside
shooter. Yep.
She does not hesitate. She squares up, and she looks good shooting it. You can tell she's shot many threes in her life.
Confident, quick release. Josie Arnold tries a little turnaround in the post. Leaves it short, rebounded by False Knight. 8-point lead for the Bears, 25-17. Liberty hustling back. I think, and I've seen this a couple times this year. Bears start to get a little bit tired. Transition defense gets a little bit slow. And I don't know whether something Coach Davis has recognized, but his girls are really looking to push a little bit more now off of makes and misses. Bears get beat down the floor. Avery Ann Fisher picks up her first foul. Atkinson's first free throw is no good off back iron.
At this point of the year, you've seen every team so many times on film. You know everybody's tendencies. So I'm sure both coaches have picked apart the little things maybe they can take advantage of. And you're right, I think that's one of them Coach Davis is going to try to take advantage of.
Second free throw is no good. Zimmerman and Mason check in for the Bears and give Hanna and Langham a break. No, Langham's still in. That's my bad. Fisher and Hanna get the break. Kelsey Thiel finds Mackenzie Mason. She goes right at the basket, and she wedges a layup into the crotch. Twice in one game. You don't see it once very often, and now the Bears have pulled it off twice in the first half.
Here's the big question. Are we going to send 22 back out to get the – yeah, we are.
No,
here we go.
She's probably calling for the ball.
We're going to take it away from her. Yep. Not going to let her do it.
So we saw you do this before. Official says, I'll take it. Knocks it in further. Knocks it in further again. Knocks it in further a third time. This will be the best play-by-play all night, Chris. Knocks it in again. And there we go. Oh, and it counts. Should go. Count it. Should be at least a point out of that.
1 for 5.
1 for 5. Josie will talk a little trash about that later.
She should. She was 1 for 3.
Let's hope we don't get a third chance at that.
She should have got the rock back. A little disappointed she did.
Yep. Froze her out. Liberty brings it up against the full court pressure by the Bears. Moeller picks it up in the backcourt, hands to Atkinson working against Langham. Swings it around to Zintek. She's going to work off a screen from False Knight. Chloe Moeller works against Ava Zimmerman, spins back to her left.
Good move.
Well, you could see the official's hand was going up in the air before any contact even happened. That call was coming before any kind of contact happened. Going to be a foul on Mackenzie Mason.
I think there's no one more happy than the official that there actually was contact.
So that hand was already in the air as Moeller took her last dribble heading towards that left block. Her first free throw rattles in and out. 25-17, Bears lead, 2:54 left in the half. Sub at the table. And number 4, Brooklyn Moeller is going to check in for Hope Atkinson. So it's Brooklyn Moeller, Chloe Moeller, Addie Zintek, Aletha False Knight, and Macy Crew on the floor for the Tigers. Lady Bears are Arnold, Hanna, Fisher, Langham, and Zimmerman. Moeller's second free throw is up and good. 25-18, 7-point lead for the Bears. Liberty stays with that full court pressure. And Langham works up against Crew, has it across, and the Bears are in their offense. Fisher works off of curl screen. Josie Arnold screens for Hannah. Kicks for Zimmerman, left side three, long off the back iron. Bears are going to keep getting that shot. We've got to find a way to get that to go down. Liberty Center, the Liberty Center player even looked back. Brooklyn Moeller looked back, expecting herself to be called for a travel. She picked up that back foot. Apparently she was looking, the official wasn't. We're going to get a shooting foul. Same official. This official's been very happy to make some shooting foul calls underneath the Lady Bears basket. I think Coach Grosjean's going to get a little frustrated with this pretty soon.
She called that a non-shooting foul.
Well, she changed it. She had her hand in the air and said 2. So that foul's on Ava Zimmerman, just her first. Bears 4th of the quarter. So next one, Liberty will be shooting. Inbounded to Brooklyn Moore, finds Macy Cruz, swings it around to Chloe Moeller, sorry. Crew with the deep three, way short, hopefully blocked. Boy, that looks like that should be a reach call inside. Yep, and it's going to be. Avery Ann Fisher grabbed it. She gets fouled by number 4, Brooklyn Moeller. Coach Davis wanted the tie up, but it was 2 elbows were grabbed before any leather was.
Didn't see the defender was, but a nice job of getting a hand on that shot. That was tipped. Bryan just needs to be patient here. They're going to get that look. They're going to get this look a lot.
Nice job working off the Josie Arnold screen. Amaya Langham, left-hand runner, bounces around and goes down. 4 for Langham, 9-point lead for the Bears. 1:40 left here in the half. Bears could use a couple stops and some buckets here. Sitting in a 2-3 zone. Ball's taken away from Zintek. She tries to penetrate, and then she's going to foul. And if she did, that'll be her second. Yep, foul's going to be on number 1, Addie Zintek. A little bit of a frustration foul after having her pocket picked.
It's one of those where you let one mistake turn into 2. Like you said, a little bit of a frustration foul, and Zintek has been terrific on defense tonight. Really athletic, plays very hard, but like you said, just got a tad bit frustrated there.
Zimmerman will bring it across, swing it left side to Hannah. Arnold sets a good back screen for Zimmerman. Zimmerman was open for a second. Hannah swings to Zimmerman. We get left side 3, splash for Amaya Langham. Good ball movement by the Bears. Good confident shot from Amaya Langham. 14th 3 of the year for her. Comes in averaging 5. She's got 7 tonight, and that's what the Bears need. They got to find the other people to get Liberty out of what they're in right now. Bears stay in their 2-3 matchup. 53 seconds left. False Knight kicks opposite to Crew, finds Moeller at the top, swings to other Moeller. Can't get it to go. Boarded on the backside by Avery Ann Fisher. Nice rebound by the freshman, pushes ahead to Zimmerman. 40 seconds left. Langham gets a look again. Wide open lane to the basket. How that layup didn't go, I have no idea. But I've said it before. I come into the gym a lot with a guy who loves to shoot here, and he said we have the tightest rims in Northwest Ohio, and that one was down and came back out again. Need a few more dunkers, I guess, to loosen these things up. 12-point lead, 25 seconds left. Bears trying to get a stop here at the half. Quick pass by Crew, just goes to no one, ends up with Langham. Langham ahead to Zimmerman. She's going to get fouled as she goes in, throws it over her head. Good job by Ava getting some contact. Foul's going to be on 23, Macy Crew, her first. So Zimmerman's going to have 2 free throws at the Welling Construction free throw line with 13 seconds left on the clock.
You know, that's something you don't see kids do all the time, is recognize when they have the lane to the basket and the defender's going to try to cut in front and almost create that contact under control, so if the basket doesn't go, you're going to do what Ava did, draw the foul and go to the line.
Kelsey Thiel will check in for Josie Arnold here. 13 seconds left. Zimmerman's free throw is good. Comes in as an 82% free throw shooter. Second one rattles in and good. First 2 points of the night for Ava Zimmerman. Bears need another stop here at the end of the half. 8 seconds left. Swing it to Moeller, to Macy Crew, left side 3, no good, long. Rebound on the backside by Avery Ann Fisher, and that's how the half's going to end. Bears with a 14-point lead, 32-18. Really nice job defensively by the Lady Bears the entire half. Offensively, I think what you like to see is right now there are 5 players listed on the board, and all 5 players have scored. You got a couple more on the bench, and they put the ball in the basket. So the balance is there for the Lady Bears right now. Everybody's being active on offense. They're recognizing what Liberty's trying to do. Everybody's being aggressive and looking for their shot, and we're getting things to go. So Lady Bears now with this 14-point lead going into the half and a chance to get that first league win.
I think a couple things jump out at me is, one, they took advantage of Liberty Center face guarding Josie Arnold, and I get it. If I'm Coach Davis, I'd probably do the same thing. I want to make someone else beat us, but we talked about that before. Those other kids starting to step up. I think the other key stat, and we'll talk about stats when we come back, Bryan has limited Liberty to 4 offensive rebounds. They've gotten 5 themselves. On the defensive end, Bryan has just boarded the heck out of it. They have not let Liberty Center get a ton of offensive rebounds, and the ones they have, 2 of the 4 they've gotten have been long threes. So we talked about, offensive rebounds to me are in 2 categories. The long offensive rebounds, sometimes that happens. It's the offensive rebounds that lead to a basket. Those are the killers, and Bryan has limited those opportunities for Liberty.
I think that's one thing you see with the game of basketball now, with so many threes taken. The long rebound has such an impact on the game. But we are at halftime right now. Lady Bears with a 14-point lead on Liberty Center, 32-18. We'll be right back after a break here, talk some stats on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
One in 10 kids vape. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Back at Bryan High School as we look at some future Lady Bears out here at halftime, getting a chance to play on the floor where the big girls play. Lady Bears lead 32-18. Brian Arnold and Tim Meister here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Coach Grosjean probably pretty happy right now, as far as we can measure happy with Coach Grosjean, but happy in the locker room with what he's seen through 2 quarters. We'll talk in a minute about what he expects to see. So we good with some stats here, talk about how we got to this point?
We'll be good with the stats in about a minute.
Gotcha.
But we can talk until that point.
That's right. So let's talk a little bit about in the locker room right now at the half. If you are Coach Grosjean, what are some things that you're working on here for the Lady Bears, some adjustments that you'd like to see?
Well, I think they did a nice job in the second quarter. In the first quarter, you talked about Liberty getting some looks off those curl cuts. Us old guys used to call that the shuffle cut. It's a little different out of that open post offense, so because you don't really get a true high post screen, you get more of a cutter and then cutting off that cutter. I thought Liberty got some open looks off that. Bryan completely took that away by stepping over and playing help side. I thought Bryan did a nice job of defending Hope Atkinson, coming in their leading scorer, making sure that she really got some limited touches. So I think those 2 things he wants to talk about. I think the big thing he's going to key on, though, is keep them off the offensive boards, because right now they're getting literally very few second chances. I mean, they may have had, like I said, they had 2 opportunities to score off offensive rebounds in that first half, and that was a massive key. So continue to do that.
All right, and then if you're Liberty Center, I think if I'm Coach Davis and I'm in the locker room right now, and one of the things I'm talking to my troops about is, hey, we got to do a much better job taking care of the basketball. I don't think they've been bad defensively, but you have to pick your poison now, because the Bears have shown that if you want to face guard and take one away, A, others are scoring tonight, and B, the Bears are starting to learn how to play against a face guard. They're using that screen and using that action to come off against no help. So they've got to figure out if that's something they want to continue to do, as they have to chase. I think we're going to see more of that man pressure, a little bit of run and jump, try to speed the Bears up, because you're down 14. So you got to come out right away and try to get yourself back in the game. Hope Atkinson, I think, is 3 of 4 maybe from three-point range, or at least 2 of 3. So you got to find a way to keep getting her looks because her shots look good here and she's looking to take it. So we'll see if any of that stuff will work for Coach Davis. Let's take a break here for a minute. We'll come back. We'll talk about halftime stats here, a little bit more about what to expect in the second half. We'll be back after this break here on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Discover top-quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real-world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top-quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
Bryan High School here for NWOAL basketball action. The Lady Bears lead the Liberty Center Tigers 32-18 at the half. Today's game is brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, Krill Funeral Home, Starks Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel Supply Center. So, Coach Meister, let's talk some stats now from the first half.
Absolutely. Let's go team stats first. For Bryan, they were an outstanding 9 for 17 from the 2, 2 for 7 from the 3. Bryan had 5 offensive rebounds, 8 defensive rebounds for a total of 13. Only turned it over 5 times in the first half. Outstanding. For Liberty Center, they were 4 for 10 from the 2, 2 for 8 from the 3, both of those threes from Atkinson. 4 offensive rebounds, 6 defensive rebounds for a total of 10. Here's the key stat for Liberty Center. Bryan forced them into 12 turnovers in that first half alone. That's a number Coach Davis is not going to be happy with. Certainly going to talk about correcting that. As far as individual scoring for Bryan, Ava Zimmerman with 2, Amaya Langham, outstanding first half with 7. Piper Hanna with 2, Avery Ann Fisher with 8. Kelsey Thiel came in with 2, Josie Arnold with 5, and Miley Vollmer again providing a spark off the bench, scoring 6. For Liberty Center, Addie Zintek had 2, Maddie Bailey had 6, Chloe Moeller with 1. They were led by Aletha Fosnight with 7, Macy Crew with 2, and Atkinson with 6, not Bailey.
All right, so there you have the halftime stats. Bears lead by 14. We talked a little bit about halftime adjustments already. You know, Bears are on the floor. Here come the Liberty Center Tigers. And to go back to what I was talking about before the break with Liberty Center, I'll be surprised if we don't see them stay in their full court man, try to speed the Bears up, try to force our ball handlers into some traps, and see if they can force some quick passes. I don't think they're going to abandon the face guard, but if the Bears can continue to work off some screens and find some open people and we can get everybody to stay aggressive and look for their shot, I'm not sure that's going to be the right recipe for the Tigers. And on the Bryan side of it, you talk defensively as far as adjustments and what Coach Groshey wanted to see continue to play. I'd like to see the Bears continue to work on using Josie Arnold as a screener, use her as somebody to run people off of, because the one thing that is a huge bonus and the defense gets it put in some conflict is that there's no help. Her girl's not allowed to help. So if she's setting a screen, it should free up anybody, ball screen or not.
I think that's the key for the second half for Liberty Center, what they're going to do defensively. I think if they come out and continue to face guard Josie Arnold and Bryan spreads the floor, just like you said, I just think at this point, down 14, I don't know if that's the wise thing to do. Now listen, Tim Davis knows his kids better than anybody. I said it in pregame, I'll say it now. You talk about really good high school coaches in the area, you make a list of the best. He's on that list, so not a criticism at all. I just know when you face guard someone like that, if you're down 14, and if kid you're face guarding only has 5 or 6, I'm not sure the effectiveness of that. The other thing I think we have to talk about, and you're right, he's going to try to speed them up defensively, but it's real easy for a kid to get frustrated when they get face guarded, especially the leading scorer. Josie Arnold has done a tremendous job of not getting frustrated, not forcing shots, understanding when she steps out, she takes away help side, and understanding when she sets a screen, there's no help and there's no one to help that kid off that screen. So I think we got it. I know it's hard for you to do, Dad, but sometimes you got to give credit, and Josie Arnold's done a terrific job of handling this tonight. So again, if Bryan can just be patient, spread the floor, if they're going to continue to face guard, they're going to continue to get looks.
And I think a lot of that is this isn't the first night tonight. She's seen this a lot. The Bears have seen this a lot, so they're getting more accustomed to how to run some offense against it and not let them throw it off.
In a question of curiosity, because I've seen them a lot, not nearly as much as you, but go back to the first 5 games of the season. Does Josie and this team have the maturity to handle that like they handle it now? I'm going to say probably not as well as they've handled it tonight. Is that an accurate statement?
Yeah, you can see a lot of growth out of the Bears here, especially this young team. As Liberty comes out in a 1-2-2 trap, Arnold finds Fisher. Fisher back to Arnold, tries a long 3 right side, rattles in and out. Some good offense for the Bears there, and that ball's going to be called out of bounds off Fisher. Bears got the opening possession, 7:45 left here in the third. 32-18 lead. There's a change right there by Coach Davis. Comes out in a 1-2-2 zone, trying to trap and give the Bears a different look. Bears stay in their man-to-man. Fisher, Langham, Arnold, Zimmerman, and Vollmer in the starting lineup here for the second half. Atkinson back on the floor with False Knight, Brooklyn Moeller, Chloe Moeller, Addie Zintek. I'm sorry, it's Maddie Bailey, not Chloe Moeller. Bears continue to run some good defense. Nice cut down low. Zintek can't get it to go. Rebound there by Maya Langham. The Bears will bring it up across the timeline. Liberty back into their zone. And Langham too tall for Zimmerman down in the corner. Ball thrown away. Turnover to the Bears.
Nice first set by Liberty and a little backdoor flex cut. Got Zintek a wide open look. She just couldn't finish. Maybe Liberty will go to a few more sets, try to get those kids going a little bit offensively.
Everybody knows this is the time here, this first 3 or 4 minutes. If you can get through the first half of this third quarter here for the Bears, not allow Liberty to get any momentum, you should be good. Left elbow, right elbow, False Knight. Shot fake and attack by Bailey. Too easy, right to the basket. Layup for Madison Bailey. Her first 2 points of the night. Cuts the Bears' lead to 12. Another turnover for the Bears. Lazy pass by Arnold, intercepted by False Knight. Bailey with a good layup. Coach Groschin's going to want to talk about that because that was a lot of lack of effort, it looked like, there from the Bears. Not a very good idea.
Well, you talked
We're going to get a full timeout here from Coach Groschin. We'll take it with them. We'll be back here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we understand that family is at the heart of everything we do.
Being family-owned and family-focused is not just a slogan for us, it's a way of life. We walk alongside you during life's most challenging moments, providing a guiding hand and a shoulder to lean on.
With heartfelt care and attention to detail, we tailor each service to honor the life and the memories of your loved one. We treat you like family because your journey is our journey.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family-owned, family-focused.
That full timeout there for the Golden Bears brought to you by S&S Directional Boring. Don't let old lead water lines or broken sewer laterals give your home an unexpected timeout. Unsure if you have lead water lines, call S&S Directional Boring at 419-630-0726 and we'll inspect it for you. So we are counting down the timeout, but we are probably just about a minute and a half here into the third quarter. Liberty's already taken 4 off the lead after 2 turnovers by the Bears and 2 layups by Madison Bailey. And that's going to be a third turnover there by the Lady Bears. Ava Zimmerman has it knocked away and kicks it out of bounds.
4 possessions and 3 turnovers to start the second half, not what the Lady Bears wanted.
Exact opposite.
Liberty did a really nice job of adjusting their defense. You talked about what they would do coming out of timeout. They've done a nice job of being effective in their adjustments.
Avery Ann Fisher with a nice job deflecting the inbound pass. And then Josie Arnold deflected the next one out of bounds into the Liberty bench. So Liberty still got it. Into their man-to-man. Moeller works against Langham. Atkinson now up top. Tries left. Can't get in there. Moeller with the left side 3, and she buries it. Chloe Moeller doesn't come in as a 3-point shooter. Just her 9th make of the year. But it's down to a 7-point lead, and then Liberty Center aggressive in that 1-2-2 as Ava Zimmerman throws up a layup. Didn't have much of a chance. Rebounded by False Knight. Liberty Center's bringing it the other way. Atkinson gets a look at 3 from the left side. Short off iron. Ball tipped away. Second shot couldn't go for Bailey. Liberty Center still has possession. Bailey against Arnold. Atkinson now against Langham down in the far right corner. Swings it to Zintek. Zintek to Moeller. Moeller to Bailey. Long two-pointer doesn't go. Wraps around and out. Langham's got it. Fires it to Arnold. Lets the defense run around. Swings to Vollmer. Left corner three. Ava Zimmerman wide open. Can't get it to go. Rebound to Josie Arnold. Her putback is good. Offensive rebound put back by Josie Arnold to stop the bleeding a little bit for the Bears. Get it back to a 9-point lead.
Big bucket right there. Bears needed that to stop that run. I believe it was a 7-0 or 9-0 run to start the half.
No help from Ava Zimmerman there. Easy layup for Bailey. Breakdown in the defense by the Bears. Zimmerman's player set a screen. No help. We're going to get a kick call.
Right now, Bryan's really struggling to get someone in the middle of that press breaker. I mean, the middle is open, but they don't have anybody there. They had 3 on the perimeter and 2 down on the baseline. And that matches right up with Liberty's 1-2-2.
Ball's across to Piper Hanna. She gets trapped in front of the Bears bench, swings it to the right side. Josie Arnold back to the left corner. Molly Vollmer is going to attack. She kicks back to Arnold. Too tall, but she gathers, gets it to Langham. Langham finds Fisher. Good strong pass and catch right there. You're going to see that in a conference championship game on Sunday.
That's a heck of a pass right there.
Good look and a good catch there by Avery and Fisher. Liberty Center, good ball movement there against the run and jump. Good defensive rotation by the Bears. Miley Vollmer pokes that ball away from Zintek. 4:26 left on the main stop scoreboard here in the third. Bears with a 9-point lead. Inbound into Bailey. Bailey finds Zintek. She works right side against Arnold. And she's going to go right through Arnold and draw contact and end up at the free throw line. Addie Zintek has 2 tonight, comes in averaging 4. She's a 47% free throw shooter on the year. Arnold's second foul, first on the team this quarter. Zintek's first free throw is up and good.
Liberty's made no secret what they want to do this second half. They want to pressure, they want to attack the basket.
Second free throw is no good. Long rebound down to Molly Vollmer. She gets it to Josie Arnold. Josie Arnold will bring it up against that Liberty Center 1-2-2. Nice diagonal to Piper Hanna, left block. Hanna gets stuck, finds Arnold. Her 3 is up, no good, off right iron. Good rebound by Piper Hanna. Hanna finds Fisher. Fisher probes on the left side. Hanna finds Arnold. Liberty Center, you can see a little more energy in that defense, taking away a lot of shots. Arnold's going to try a left side 3 again. This one's good and pure. That one goes down for Arnold. She's at 10, her second 3, but here comes the Liberty quick back again, trying to catch the Bears napping a little bit in transition. Bailey now on the right side in front of Liberty bench, skips to Zintek, working against Fisher. She goes left baseline and then throws it on the baseline out of bounds, trying to find Moeller down in the corner. Just lost a little bit of control of that ball.
Probably a play that goes unnoticed. That last possession before Arnold's 3 was the offensive rebound by Piper Hanna. One of the smallest kids on the floor, but she just chased down that long rebound and got it. That 3 doesn't happen without that hustle play.
Miley Vollmer gets it poked away. Josie Arnold finds it, picks it up for 2. We're going to give Miley an assist on that. Josie Arnold found it, picked it up, knocked it down. 13-point lead now for the Bears. They've kind of got their legs underneath them after the early run by Liberty Center. Bears in their matchup 2-3. Hanna and Langham up top working shooters. Zintek up in the circle. Atkinson, I think she was thinking about that shot already, threw her hands off her forehead, and then she gets it up top. False Knight tries to skip to Moeller, poked away by Avery and Fisher. Get a couple subs in here. Kelsey Thiel in for Miley Vollmer. Ava Zimmerman back in the game for Amaya Langham. Really good minutes again from Miley Vollmer.
Yeah, she's been a spark. You know, Bryan's done a nice job going to this zone. He's given Liberty a little bit of some frustrations.
It's at least making them run some offense and burn a little clock right here. Nice skip look. Zintek goes right by Kelsey Thiel, finishes off glass. Nice skip there by Moeller, found her teammate on the opposite side. Bears been a little slow in their rotation a couple times defensively here in the quarter. Zimmerman finds Arnold left side. She's going to stop, pull up for 2. Crawls off the front of the rim, won't go. Backside offensive rebound by Thiel. Gets it to Zimmerman. Zimmerman to Thiel. Thiel get it back up top to Josie Arnold. Skips to Hannah left side. Avery Ann Fisher. Thought twice about that left corner three and then tried to dribble it through Madison Bailey, who is real. It loses possession. Arnold tries to beat Zintek back, who goes, oh boy, is that a bad call. Boy, Zintek just ran right through Arnold on that right block, and the official trailing really wasn't in a position to make the right call, and she didn't.
You know, that's a play on. That's one where I don't think the offense was overboard making contact. The defense was set, had their hands up. That's just one where sometimes officials get into that mode. They feel like they got to make a call. You don't have to. Sometimes if the contact is not intentional and it doesn't give either player an advantage, that's a play on, and no coach is going to complain about that.
Yeah, that's an out-of-control offensive player getting bailed out, and she makes both free throws. So 2 points for the Stripes on that one as much as Zintek. She's got 7, playing hard. I like the way she plays. She's a good aggressive defender. She likes to attack on offense, doing a really good job being aggressive. So also 3 fouls now on Josie Arnold. 1:50 left here in the third. Bears at a 9-point lead. Zimmerman gets it out of some trouble. Kelsey Thiel's going to try the left side three. Good pass to the backside. Avery and Fisher can't hang on. Liberty Center comes away with it. 1.5 left in the third. Chloe Moeller, open three, didn't take it to Brooklyn Moeller. Gets it to False Knight inside. She drops in the 8-footer. Liberty Center all of a sudden back to a 7-point game. That 6-0 run now. Bears were at 13, 6 straight for Liberty Center. And we're going to get an offensive call. And you can see the official was just waiting to call it, staring down Avery Ann Fisher on that screen. That'll be 2 on Fisher, third of the quarter for the Bears. None yet for Liberty Center, as Arnold and Thiel will take a seat. Vollmer and Langham back on the floor for the Bears. Brooklyn Moeller, Hope Atkinson, Addie Zintek, Foss Knight, and Chloe Moeller on the floor for Liberty Center. Chloe Moeller finds Foss Knight. Foss Knight, a little screen and roll. Great job. Piper Hannah tying her up. Good job defending the screen and roll right there by Piper Hannah. 1:01 left here in the third on the Main Stop scoreboard. It's Thirsty Thursday. If you're out and about, find a Main Stop. Easy entry pass there. Atkinson scores over Ava Zimmerman. Makes it a 5-point lead, 41-36. Where it looked like the Bears were doing a good job of weathering the storm, Liberty Center's run off 8 in a row now. Extra pass. Zimmerman's three is no good. Struggle for the rebound inside, comes down to Zintek. Crosses up Zimmerman in half court, gets to the glass, finishes off glass. It's a 3-point ball game, and we are at a 1-possession game for the Lady Bears. This 1-2-2 and aggressive defense for Liberty Center just caused a lot of fits for the Bears. Avery and Fisher, good strong move going to the hoop right there.
Yeah, Liberty's pressures just caused Bryan to be really discombobulated on offense. It looks like they're just way out of sorts. Their floor's not balanced. It seems like they're overloaded, then they try to scooch back. Liberty's doing a nice job of getting Bryan out of their offensive comfort level.
Avery and Fisher knocks down the free throw. Combined 2 players. Avery and Fisher knocks down the free throw at the Welling Construction free throw line. 4-point lead here for the Bears. Fisher will get another. Second one is good. 5-point lead. 23.9 left in the third quarter. Bears match up in full court. Liberty quick down the other end. Zintek thought about the three. Gets the ball taken away by Langham. And then that's almost a tough luck call right there for the Bears because the Bears had a breakout. 14 seconds left on the clock. Josie Arnold will check back in for Ava Zimmerman. Foul was called on number 0, Peyton Hageman, who's in the game now for Liberty Center. Her first. Langham picks it up, fires it across to Arnold. Arnold works against Zintek. She's going to try to go all the way to the basket, left hand. Tried to get contact, nothing there. Langham, 4-3, back iron, no good. Hustle rebound to Fisher. Fisher with the 8-footer. Gets it to hit rim about 4 times and drop in. Great hustle by the Lady Bears right there to keep that possession alive. Bucket goes. Bears lead by 7, end of 3. We'll be back here for the fourth quarter at Bryan High School.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Back at Bryan High School, Brian Arnold and Tim Meister here to bring you the fourth quarter of NWOAL action. Bryan Lady Bears lead Liberty Center 45-38. Bears will have the opening possession here of the fourth quarter. Got up to 13, got down to 3. 7-point lead for the Bears. Liberty's going to stay in that 1-2-2. Let's see what the Bears have drawn up against it now as Langham gets trapped in the backcourt. Diagonal to Zimmerman. Zimmerman thought about it, going to the lane. Liberty wanted the travel. Good recovery there by the Tigers. Tigers looking for the trap, and we're going to get a turnover off of Aver Zimmerman in front of the Bryan bench. Going to be Tiger ball. And Liberty Center has just cranked the defense. They've been much better in this zone than they were in that deny man in the first half.
They have, and they've done a nice job of forcing Bryan into corners, whether it be corner of the half court or corner down by the baseline and getting the Bears stuck and having to make some backward passes, which the coach always said, kids, don't pass it backwards. They've done a nice job of putting Bryan in some tough situations.
You got a foul up top on Piper Hanna, working against Zintek. I'm sorry, against Moeller. Macy Crew in the ball game now, handling the ball for Liberty Center. Gets her pocket picked by Avery Ann Fisher. She's going to run up ahead, chased by Moeller. And again, that's one of those, as soon as Moeller stuck her hand up and started to come down with it, you might as well you could hear the whistle coming before it happened. So Fisher will go to the free throw line again.
When you struggle against a press or a pressure defense is starting to bother like it has Bryan, as a coach, you tell your kids two things. Defend them, because if they don't make a basket, they can't set up their press. 2, turn them over on offense, because if they don't make a basket, they can't set up their press. And that was a great example by Avery Ann Fisher right there, turning it over and getting into an easy basket for the Bears.
Hageman and Brooklyn Moeller check out. Zintek and Fosnight come in. Piper Hanna fights for that free throw miss by Fisher. Gets the offensive rebound. Another one for Hanna. She's scrappy. She finds a way into so many of those situations where she finds the loose ball. Fisher works against it. Langham, good look for 3. Can't get it to go. Left rim. Rebound comes down to Hope Atkinson. She pushes ahead to Moeller. Finds Crew. Bears stay in there, half court man-to-man. Crew works off of a screen. Picks up her dribble. Zintek working against Langham. Langham bails her out. Had her pinned behind the backboard. She wasn't going to get a chance to get that shot off, but reached across and grabbed her arms. So Zintek's going to go to the free throw line. First foul on Amaya Langham, second on the Bears in the quarter. 6:52 left here in the game. First free throw is up and good. Like I said earlier, 47% free throw shooter. I'm not sure she's missed one tonight.
Yeah, Langham, like you said, she had her in a horrible offensive position, just made the mistake of reaching. Go back to Zintek here. She's at the line. She has played so well for Liberty tonight.
Very aggressive. Comes in as a 4-point-a-game scorer. That's .11 for her. Been very aggressive offensively for the Liberty Center Tigers. 6-point game, 46-40. Langham finds Fisher. Fisher through some traffic off glass. That's her patented little runner. Probably could have got a whistle, no whistle, but an 8-point lead for the Bears regardless. Liberty Center again works to get across the timeline. Cruz got it. Nice find. Fisher got lost on Fosnight there. Fosnight with a nice little curl move. Crew finds her for the layup.
Yeah, great pass by Crew.
6-point lead here for the Bears. Hanna works left side. She's going to go all the way to the basket. Good, strong take, and I think we're going to get a foul on Fosnight. Yep, number 10 is going to pick up that foul. Just her second. Going to put Piper Hanna at the Welding Construction free throw line. Welling Construction, third-generation, family-owned general contractor for quality custom homes, renovation projects, and commercial work. Contact us at 419-636-3712. First free throw for Hannah rattles in and out. Stays at a 6-point lead for the Lady Bears. Second free throw is going to be long off back iron. Good job by Fisher battling the poke out, chased down by Hannah. Arnold's right side three. Off front iron, pulled down by Atkinson from Liberty Center. Cruz going to attack. Drive taken away by Fisher. Foss Knight's jumper no good. Two Bears battle, knock it out of their own hands. Bears fortunate right there. I think it was Langham and Fisher fought for it, knocked it out of each other's hands. Foss Knight had it. She lost the handle, then poked out of bounds by Josie Arnold, so Liberty Center will have it out of bounds underneath their own basket. A lot of time left, 5:52 left in the game, 6-point lead for the Bears. Good job by Ava Zimmerman chasing Hope Atkinson off the line. Then we're going to get a reach on Foss Knight. She's going to pick up another silly foul out there from Foss Knight. Picks up her third, team's third of the quarter. We have a sub now in the game. Maddie Bailey checks back in for Macy Crew. Gives the official a high five as she goes by her. Just an automatic. It's just a reaction. Yeah. Somebody's got their hand up. I'm going to give them a high five. Langham to Zimmerman. Zimmerman to Fisher. Fisher to Arnold. Arnold's got the defender on her back. Can't finish. Gets her own rebound. Kicks out to Fisher. Dribbles it off of Moeller's foot. I think the Bryan bench wanted to kick on that, but I think it was pretty inadvertent. Fisher just dribbled it down off of her foot. So it's going to be a turnover off of the jump ball. Lady Tigers will take possession. Great denial in the front court by Piper Hannah. Ball up top to Atkinson, works against Zimmerman. Hands off to Moeller, to Zintek, going to work off of a screen. Avery Ann Fisher got a little bit out of whack there, kind of gambled up top, got lucky. Bailey goes down. I think Liberty Center would like a little contact, but we get a travel call instead on Bailey, so turnover for Liberty Center. 5:10 left here in the ball game. 48-42 Bears lead. Liberty Center now
back to the straight man.
Looks like they're in man-to-man.
Run and jump out of it, though.
Avery Ann Fisher sees the lane to the basket, scoop and score off the glass, gets it back to 8. Great job there. The Bears back in a passing line. Maya Langham with the steal, and then Coach Grosheen is screaming for a timeout with the Maya Langham laying on the ground. Picked it off. Looked like a corner, getting back in coverage. Picked that thing off. We got a 30-second timeout. Timeouts again brought to you tonight by S&S Directional Boring. So, Coach Meister, we got about probably looking about under 5 now. Yep. Bears with an 8-point lead. This game has definitely settled into a pattern here. If you want to finish every possession with shots, both teams. Turnovers have been an issue in the second half for both teams, and kind of all night for Liberty Center. Free throw line's going to be big, even though Liberty still has 1 to give. The Bears have 2 to give, but there's a lot of time. The whistle's getting a little heavier, so free throws are going to be a big deal. It's a matter of just making sure every possession counts.
Oh, absolutely. Both teams have to maximize on the offensive end. You're at the point now where there is no room to throw away a possession. It's going to be extremely important. Official caught both teams not out of the timeout. They're scrambling now to get it inbounds. Do get it inbounds, though. I've never seen that.
Fisher's going to try the left side three, way short. Doesn't hit anything, but another offensive rebound for Piper Hannah. Avery Ann Fisher gets whacked 3 times. Official on the baseline only calls fouls on shooting fouls, apparently, because what just happened to Avery Ann Fisher is assault in most communities. Bears are going to inbound from the baseline. Arnold can't find anybody. Coach Grosheen's going to call timeout. They'll leave him with 2. There's 4:40 left here in the game. We're going to take a full timeout. We're going to take one with him. We'll be back here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Discover great job skills training at Northwest State. With over 50 different programs available, there is something for everyone. Providing hands-on training and education is the community college advantage.
Rooting on the Golden Bears is a tradition that brings us all together.
Just like the sports we love, another tradition has stood the test of time. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, since 1922, we've been part of the community, supporting you in the moments of celebration and loss.
Just like a team, we understand the value of traditions and the love that binds us together.
So whether it's cheering for a win or celebrating a life well lived, remember we are here for you.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused.
Back in action here at Bryan High School. Bears inbounded under their basket. Amaya Langham fires it a little too tall for Piper Hanna. Turnover in the backcourt. Main stop scoreboard says 50-42. Lady Bears with the lead, 4:24 left. Liberty with 4 team fouls. Bryan with 2. Next team foul for the Tigers. The Bears will be shooting the rest of the way out. Liberty Center now in the half court. Vollmer pokes it away from False Knight from behind. Into False Knight again, poked away this time by Arnold. And then I think we're going to get a tough luck foul on Aaliyah False Knight, her 4th. Aletha. Sorry about that, Aletha. Aletha's going to pick up her 4th, and that's a tough break. Ball poked away from her into Piper Hanna's hands, and Piper Hanna got stopped by Maya Langham on the free throw line, and then False Knight just ran over her in the transition. So that's about as tough a break as you get.
Another wrong place, wrong time foul. We've seen a couple of those tonight. And while Piper Hanna's at the foul line, I think we need to take a second to talk about the things that she has done tonight.
She's been fantastic.
She may not show up big on a lot of stat lines, but I'll tell you what, she has been tremendous as far as the things that she has done on the floor, the little things that no one sees.
Makes both free throws at the Welling Construction free throw line. And then we're going to get, there was a little shove there. Number 3, Black. Yeah, I saw that too. A little shove of Avery Ann Fisher after the ball went through the net. Hope Atkinson had a little something for Avery Ann Fisher.
If I'm not mistaken, she called that an intentional foul, which will give the Bears 2 free throws and the possession when they just took the lead from 8 to 10 with 4 minutes left. Like, this is a huge call.
Now, the shove was on Fisher. But Coach Grosjean, does he get to choose who shoots the free throw? Piper Hanna just made 2, so I think they just saw the wrong player. She made 2, then she makes the next one, so a third one. Bears get possession off this too, Coach Meister?
They will get possession. And was she the one that got fouled?
She is not. Fisher is the one who got fouled.
Fisher should be the shooter because the intentional foul is still a foul, and the player that gets fouled goes to the line. So that's a mistake by the official right there.
Yeah, and 4th foul on Hope Atkinson as well, too. So 2 players for Liberty with 4 fouls. Inbounds pass to Arnold, left side 3, buries it. Catch, fire, buries it. 15-point lead now. 7-point possession there for the Bears.
The ball never crossed over Liberty's offensive side, and it was a 7-point swing. That's a huge play.
Under 4 left now for the Bears. False Knight looks left side. Zintek's going to take a 3. The shot was blocked, but they're going to give a 3-point foul here against Amaya Langham. Probably a good call. Looked like she caught it. A little bit of palm there going by.
Yep. And that's probably one where she didn't need to do that. Just contested at this point. But, again, you can't fault her for the effort. Kids playing hard, trying to make a play.
Yeah, Zintek comes in. She's only made 2 threes on the year. But she's been money at the free throw line tonight. We don't have her individually at the free throw line, but she's been there a bunch, and she's been super hot. She came in shooting 47%. And this is what the Bears don't want, is an opportunity for Liberty to score with a clock stop.
Right.
They got to earn things every trip down, and you got to make sure that you're the one that's shooting down on the other end. Second free throw is no good. A couple subs come to the table for Coach Davis. That free throw is good, so we're going to get Brooklyn Mueller in for False Knight, and then we're going to get number 12, Gabby Conrad, back in the game. So both players, she's going to come in for Atkinson. Both players for Liberty with 4 fouls are out. Bears working against that Liberty pressure. Josie Arnold up to Avery Ann Fisher. Here's where the Bears just have to be patient. As Fisher goes to the basket, can't get it to go. Miley Vollmer, right place, right time, comes up a little gimpy, but she gets the follow. 8 now for Vollmer. Good balanced offense for the Bears tonight. 59-44 lead. Bears stay in that zone. Just want to make the Tigers earn everything right now. Bailey throws it away. Fisher picks it up, gets it to Arnold. And we're going to get a jump ball called. It's going to stay with the Bears. Ava Zimmerman's going to check in for Miley Vollmer. Miley came up a little bit gimpy after that shot went in. Couldn't tell if she stepped on someone or got stepped on. We'll get the junior ball handler back in the game, give Vollmer a break. Arnold gets it in over the top to Langham, who gets bumped by Bailey. Just a friendly little contact there. No whistle. Ball goes out of bounds off of Bailey. Still Bears ball. 3:12 left. Bears up 15.
Nice little eye contact there between Josie and Amaya Langham. They saw they were face guard and gave her a little heads up. She took that deep route and got her over top of the press.
Arnold gets it inbounded into Hannah. Hands to Langham. Langham over to Fisher. Fisher to Zimmerman, out top to Arnold, and the Bears want to make sure they eat a bunch of clock and finish every possession with shots now. Backdoor cut. Fine by Arnold, finished by Langham. Great backdoor cut. 61-44 Bears lead, and Coach Davis is going to want a timeout on the Liberty Center end to settle down the troops. 30-second timeout will stay here during this one. Got to like the way the Bears have responded, as this thing has got back a couple times to one possession, two possessions. The response has been fantastic from Coach Grosjean's squad.
Very interesting that this is a 61-44 game. In the third quarter alone, Liberty went on a 7-0 run, and then they went on a 10-0 run. And it's 61-44, and the Bears had a 7-point possession. The ball never crossed half court. I mean, you talk about a game of streaks in the second half.
Yeah, that's all it's been.
Liberty did a great job of adjusting, coming out, putting pressure on Bryan early, getting some easy baskets, cutting the lead. Here's a chess match. Coach Grosjean calls timeout, gets the troops settled, get things spread out a little bit, switches early on to that matchup zone, which kind of, again, like you said, made Liberty run some offense, take their time, and all of a sudden the momentum swung back again. So just good job by both coaches adjusting, but the second half has just been incredible in the amount of runs we've seen.
All right, so 2:47 left on the main stop scoreboard. Bears 61, Liberty 44. 2 timeouts left for Bryan, 3 timeouts left for Coach Davis' squad. Bryan stays in that 2-3 zone. Atkinson thought about the deep three, doesn't take it. Conrad shot fake, Moeller shot fake. Cruz gonna shot fake, gets Langham in the air, takes a three. Off left iron, doesn't go. We're gonna get a foul called inside on Miley Vollmer. That's going to be her 4th. So again, the Bears don't want to put the Tigers in the free throw line and let them shoot any free ones. Miley Vollmer picks up her 3rd. Inbounded quickly to Conrad. Her 3's no good off back iron. And a tough break there for the Tigers. 2 Tigers on the backside by themselves. Didn't recognize, fought for it, knocked it out of bounds. So the Bears will inbound. Arnold to Vollmer. Vollmer's going to catch and run. Picks up her dribble and throws it away. Just got herself in a bad spot. Zintek with the run out, layup. She continues her hot night. 15 points for the senior, for the senior. Zimmerman working against pressure. The Bears with a little bit of a struggle here with the ball right now. Coach Grosjean wants to get things under control. Coach Grosjean calls time. He gets a full timeout. We're going to take a full timeout. We'll be right back on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Back here where Coach Grosjean's taking a full timeout, leaving him with 1 on the scoreboard. Bears up 15, 61-46 on Liberty Center. Bears are in the bonus. If they foul again, that'll put Liberty Center in the bonus. So everybody's shooting the rest of the way out. Bears want to be clean. No turnovers, no fouls. Finish every possession with a bucket. If you got to give up a couple on the other end, do it without fouls. You know, right now the clock is your friend with 1:57 left, and you want to see that thing run down. Give yourself a shot at your first league win of the year.
If you're Bryan, you're trading seconds for buckets. Like you said, if Liberty has a clean shot to the basket, let them go. Don't give them 3-point plays. Don't foul them. Don't stop the clock.
The Bears came out of that timeout, sideline inbounds. I'm not sure they ran anything. 4 girls just kind of stood around and looked at each other. Liberty in a little bit of a scramble right now. Going to be up and defend. Conrad being physical with Arnold out top. Arnold hands off to Piper Hannah. That was close to a walk by Hannah. The Bears trying to run a weave up top. Just keep yourself out of traps. Playing a little bit of catch up top. Langham and Arnold back and forth. Clock down to 1:26. Conrad with the count on Arnold.
At this point, I'm okay seeing Bryan's free throw shooters keeping their hands a little longer, not give it up. Have that 5-second clock in your head.
There's Avery and Fisher got possession, turned it over. That's where the freshman just needs to be a little bit wiser. Coach Grosjean doesn't want anything going to the rim right there. Be strong. Like you said, be strong. Maybe a hard dribble and then away. Let the defense sag. But these are the good moments for her also. 15-point game in a league game with a minute left. That turnover is not going to kill you, and it's a great learning experience for a freshman right now in a league setting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Liberty Center now. Conrad's going to fire the three. Long, doesn't hit anything, out of bounds. Bears ball, 57.6 left. Bears closing in on their first league win of the year, get themselves back to 500. The win here gets them to 8-8, gets them off the schneid in the league. Langham brings it up, working against Conrad. Gets it to Arnold, working against Zintek. Arnold swings to Zimmerman. And again, the Bears looking to keep it wide and play a little bit of catch right now with the ball. Fisher back, hands it back out to Langham. Langham to Zimmerman. 33 seconds left. Coach Davis is satisfied with his crew not fouling here, just playing good defense. As Conrad pokes it away from Langham, gathers it back up in the backcourt. Hands off to Zimmerman, 20 seconds left. Bears just dribbling it out.
Yeah. It's so hard for high school kids to do, but you notice everyone that catches, the first thing they do, they dribble.
Yep.
You know, teach those kids to catch, square up, make that defense force you. But as you said, Liberty content to let this clock play out. Good win for the Lady Bears, good league win. You get them for the first one. Nice job of weathering the storm, and the growth continues for the Bryan Lady Golden Bears.
Coach Grosjean and staff can be really happy. Thursday, Patrick Henry was a building block. Even in a loss, it was a building block. You took one of the best teams in the area right down to the wire, had a lead late, couldn't finish. And then you got to Saturday against a good WBL opponent, district-level opponent, and you finished. You got a good 2-point win at home against a quality opponent. And then tonight you come out against, like you said, it's been the tradition of the programs, have been a strong rivalry here between these two, and the Lady Bears answered the bell. This game got to as much as 13 in the third quarter, got down to as close as 3, got back to 2 possessions again, and then the big swing of the 7-point possession kind of gave the Bears a little bit of breath. It took the wind out of the sails of the Tigers, and then it stayed double digits the rest of the way out so the Bears could finish this off.
Yeah, I mean, that's the 4:32 mark of the fourth quarter. It's an 8-point game, and all of a sudden it's a 15-point game, and Liberty has yet to gain possession of the basketball. That is a massive swing. And again, kudos to Liberty for making that 7-0, 10-0 run in the third quarter. Kudos to Bryan for withstanding those 2 runs and still coming out on top.
Yeah, there's a couple of times where you could really feel it starting to falter. You could feel a young team starting to kind of come apart at the seams, and they gathered themselves back in. You can see this is late January now. This is game 16, so you don't get to use the excuse of young much anymore. And I know Coach Grosjean isn't letting them use that excuse. And we saw them weather that storm, get their legs back underneath them, and finish strong. They got a lot to be proud of by how they finished that ball game tonight. So Lady Bears victorious, get the first league win of the year, 61-46 over the visiting Lady Tigers. Easy for me to say. The Lady Tigers from Liberty Center. We're going to take a break. We'll come back, talk some final stats, and we'll get out tonight from Bryan High School.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Back at Bryan High School, where tonight the Lady Bears get their first league win of the year, 61-46 over the Liberty Center Tigers. Bears move to 8-8 overall, 1-3 in the NWOAL. Have a light coming into town on Saturday afternoon. We want to thank tonight's sponsors. Today's game was brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, Krill Funeral Home, Starks Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel Supply Center. Brian Arnold and Tim Meister with you tonight. Glad to bring you the action. Got a couple finals from the area. Girls scores here. Wayne Trace with a 39-19 win over Tenora. Hicksville defeated Ayersville 44-43. Working on a couple out of the NWOAL. I believe Evergreen defeated Archbold tonight. Archbold defeated Evergreen 48-43. Delta beat Swanton 69-12. In the GMC, Edgerton in overtime beat Paulding 62-61. Sounds like a great game over there. And in the WBL, a team that we could possibly see in our district, Kenton defeated Defiance 62-27. Those out-of-town scores are brought to you by WBNO, WQCT, Northwest Ohio leader in high school sports. Join them and the Golden Bear Sports Network for all of your coverage of Bryan Golden Bear athletics. So we're working on putting some final stats together from tonight's game. Key to the ball game, I think, was the Bears' ability, like Coach Meister and I talked about there, Bears' ability to withstand those big runs from the Tigers, show that they're learning a little bit and able to handle that storm when it comes at them. Really should be proud of how they played there in the second half. On the screen, you can see upcoming Golden Bear Sports Network broadcast on Saturday. We'll have girls basketball again as Elida comes to town, 1 o'clock start. That'll be on Bryan Sports in 96.5. Then swim and dive next week. We'll have Bowling Green at Bryan on the bryansports.com. Boys basketball next week. Evergreen will be in town against the Bryan Golden Bears. That'll be on bryansports.com and 96.5. Girls basketball out to February 4th, a home game with Genoa. And boys basketball will host Swanton on February 7th on both bryansports.com and 96.5. So, Coach Meister, what do we got to look at here as far as stats from tonight?
The unofficial stats, and let me emphasize unofficial on this. For the Bears, for the two, they were an outstanding 17 for 33, and they really did shoot the basketball well tonight. They got good looks, and they made them. They were only 4 for 17 from the three, but quite honestly, they got good looks. I'm okay with that 4 for 17 because none of them were really forced. Outstanding job on the boards. The Lady Bears got 10 offensive rebounds in the second half for a total of 15 offensive rebounds for the game.
And that might have been 4 or 5 to Piper Hanna. Piper Hanna was fantastic and active all night on the glass.
Yeah, she was absolutely wonderful. 14 defensive rebounds. The Bears did turn over 15 times, 10 times in the second half. I'm not going to blame Bryan for that. I'm going to give a lot of credit to Liberty Center. They did a tremendous job of turning up the pressure. They did a great job of forcing Bryan into areas that were uncomfortable and forced some turnovers. So, again, great job by Liberty. Bryan's got to watch some film and figure out, because other teams are going to try to do that to them. For Liberty Center in the second half, I had them 9 for 11 from the two because they didn't miss. And when they did, I mean, they really didn't. But part of it was because, I'm going to jump to another stat, Coach Groshi and Lady Bears turned them over unofficially 21 times. So you can have a great 2-point field goal percentage, but when you're not getting offensive looks, that's a kudos to the defense. Liberty Center was 3 for 13 from the three, only 5 offensive rebounds. They only had 1 offensive rebound in the second half. Defensively, Liberty Center with 11 total defensive rebounds, and like I said, 21 turnovers for Liberty Center, which was huge. Like I say, figures lie and liars figure, and the only figure that counts is the final score, and the final score in favor of the Bears, and I believe Coach Grosjean's up here.
Coach Grosjean joined us here. I'm going to hand over my headset here, and him and Coach Meister can talk about the game tonight. Here we go, Coach Grosjean. Congratulations.
Thanks, Brian.
First and foremost, Coach Grosjean, first league win.
Yeah.
You and Liberty Center have developed quite an awesome rivalry in this league over the last 4 or 5 years. Coach Arnold and I mentioned for the game, and this is the one thing I want you to start out with. I want to go back to last week. Played Napoleon, a game that by the middle of the third quarter, it was over. I know you're next to like you wanted to. My guess is you weren't real happy with your effort. Then you come back Thursday and play an emotional, hard-fought Patrick Henry game. Probably, in my mind, maybe the best you have played all year. Then you got to turn around a day and a half later, play a St. Mary's team that's going to have implications for the sectional tournament, and those kids just gut it out. To me, that was a huge week of growth. We thought it continued tonight. I'm anxious to get your comments on your thoughts on looking back to Monday through tonight.
Well, obviously, you mentioned the Napoleon game. We did not guard the way we wanted to. We lost track of shooters, and credit Napoleon, they made about 11 of 22 threes, and that takes your will pretty in a hurry. And we got out of there, and then the next day, Gabby Mossberg, who played really well that day against Napoleon, gets hurt, dislocates her ankle, and you don't know what you're going to get when you got PH coming in the next day, and we had a 15-minute practice because we had to take care of her. And I was really proud of the kids, the way that they took on the challenge. We asked them not to back down, to show no fear, leave it on the floor. Next play mentality, and I thought our kids, that's as hard as we've played all year against Patrick Henry, and they took a lot of confidence away from that. Even though we got beat, we said it didn't go in the right column, but if we play like that the rest of the way, we'll be okay. And obviously Saturday, you never know what you're going to get on a Saturday. Thankfully, we didn't have to travel to St. Mary's, and they had to come here, and we as you said, gutted it out, found a way. And then tonight, obviously Liberty Center, they were hit by graduation just like we were, and Tim does a great job with his kids, and they mix defenses up. They got a post player that you got to contend with. They got a couple kids that can shoot it if you lose track of them, and they're really aggressive.
Before we get to tonight's game, I know Coach has got a couple questions with that. I want to go back to the Gabby Mossberg injury because you hate to see that, and that kid was coming on so strong, had played so well. It was sometimes when that next person up mentality happens, there's a silver lining. You don't want to see any kid get hurt, and that's not what I mean. But all of a sudden, Miley Vollmer was forced to play some more minutes. And I'm telling you, when she comes in, she does some things that other kids don't. She provides a spark. She reminds me a little bit of a kid that played for me by the name of Stuart Kilgallen. And I love Stuart to death. But I said, when he comes in, you take the good with the bad. But when he comes in, everything changes. I think you're getting a little of that from Miley. So let me talk about her a little bit.
Well, that was huge for Miley, and we saw that early down in the QP Classic. She was part of the all-tournament team down there and played really well, and then it disappeared for a little bit. We saw a little bit glimpse of that against Montpelier in the Holiday Classic, and we've been talking to her, and at times her health doesn't help her, and her physically doesn't feel well. And tonight was the case. She played really well the first half, and then all of a sudden at halftime she didn't feel well. She was dizzy, and credit to her, she gutted it out and played through it and came back in, and she's been huge. Because we need that presence on the floor, because she's a hard guard. She can shoot the three. She can handle it a little bit, and she obviously can bang around in the post on defense, and we got to have that.
That was going to be a little bit of what my question was. That was going to be a little bit of what my question was also. Fisher got hers, Josie Arnold got hers, but everybody scored tonight. You had great balance. You had a great offensive night from Vollmer. You had a good offensive night from Langham. Thiel scored, Zimmerman scored, and Piper Hanna did everything. She scored, hit the free throws, and then did everything else. So, and that was something Coach Meister and I talked about when they were face guarding in the first half, using Josie to screen and get other people open. Our girls recognized when they didn't earlier in the year. They were aggressive and attacked where they didn't earlier in the year. So you got to be happy about what you got out of everybody tonight.
Yeah, that was huge. You mentioned Piper Hanna. She's listed at 5'5" maybe or 5'4". If she were 5'9", holy cow, because she gets her hands on just about every rebound at whatever she is, 5'3" or 5'4", and she does a lot of things that you don't notice until you watch the film or you're looking for that kind of stuff as a coach. And she did a great job, made some free throws that were important to stretch the lead there in the fourth quarter. But, Matt came in, gave us a spell, and they weren't a huge minutes, and same with Kelsey. But we got to have those minutes just to rest kids. And, Kelsey's got some length that we don't have throughout the rest of the lineup, and she can alter some shots and do some things defensively for us.
Two things against Liberty Center tonight, and I want to know if you pick something up on film, part of your game plan, you turn them over 21 times, and you're really frustrated at times because they couldn't get in their offense. And then the second piece of that, their leading scorer coming into the game was Hope Atkinson. And I thought you guys did a terrific job. She got 2 open looks in the first half. I don't know if she got another open look. So can you talk about, would that go into your game plan preparation? Did you pick up some things you thought we can turn them over and maybe be effective guarding Hope?
And credit goes to John Miner, who watches, hours and hours of film, and he puts our scouting report together with along with Colin and my input as well. But we thought we could force them to handle the basketball. Normally Atkinson has to bring the ball some, and they let somebody else do it, and we wanted to sit on her right hand and force them to dribble the ball with the left, and that was successful the first half. And I just told the newspaper at halftime, we always talk about those first 3 minutes, and you want to stretch the lead, and we had a that's probably the biggest lead we've had at halftime. And sure enough, we didn't guard like we did the second quarter, and they made some shots, and we breathed some life into them, and it was a dogfight from that point on. And that credit goes to Tim and his staff and his kids, because they didn't quit, and we obviously had to stretch it again.
I want to say congratulations. That kind of brought me into my last question too. Just what kind of good things you can say about your staff and the things they do, but we're out of time, so we're not going to talk about them. Lady Bears win tonight, 61-46, get their first league win of the year. Congratulations to Coach Grosjean. Be with the Golden Bear Sports Network. Our next game is Saturday, as the Lady Bears are going to host Elida. I want to thank our crew tonight, Director Chris Malanga. On the cameras, Troy Roos, Cam Reesner, Jackson Vashall. Thank BHS Athletics, AD Nathan Keel and Teresa Kuzmal. Golden Bear Photo, Matt Neff and Stephanie Ponsack. Back at the radio station, thanks to Krista Bruner at WQCT Radio. Our Golden Bear Sports Network executive producer is Chris Malanga. This student broadcast is produced by the Golden Bear Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any duplication or other use of this broadcast, including the descriptions or accounts of the game without the express written consent of the Bryan City School District, is prohibited. One final time for all of us at the Golden Bear Sports Network with Tim Meister, I'm Brian Arnold. Again, the final score, Lady Bears 61, Liberty Center 46. Have a great night, everybody.